morning, everybody. Welcome. My name is Chris. I do Flyers content here on YouTube, but it's a little bit of a different intro as I was abruptly woken up by my dad about 15-20 minutes ago that the Flyers fired Chuck Fletcher. And it's, I think you never want to see somebody get fired. I'm going to make that clear. But I think for a lot of people, this is something that needed to happen and there needed to be change with this Flyers team. So I'm going to read strictly from the Flyers press release that I just got to my email. Flyers released President of Hockey Operations and General Manager Chuck Fletcher. Danny BRIERE named interim GM. Flyers to restructure hockey operations leadership by separating President and General Manager roles. The Philadelphia Flyers today announced the club has released Chuck Fletcher from his duties as President of Hockey Operations and General Manager. Danny BRIERE, currently serving as Special Assistant to the General Manager, has been named Interim General Manager while the organization begins the process of permanently filing two separate positions, a President of Hockey Operations and a General Manager. BRIERE will travel to be with the team in Pittsburgh today. Dave Scott, Chairman of Comcast Picticore and Governor of the Philadelphia Flyers, issued the following statement. The Philadelphia Flyers organization has always been defined by grit, determination, and a standard of excellence. Over the past several seasons, our team simply has not lived up to that standard. So today, we will begin to chart a new path forward under a new leadership structure for hockey operations. There's a lot more to this. I'm sure it's going to get put out on Twitter. I'm not going to read the entire thing. Look, this is light at the end of the tunnel. This is something that, as a Flyers fan and as someone who covers the team and all that stuff, this needed to happen. I mean, there needed to be change. It really was no secret that change was going to be coming with the Flyers. Like the past couple of seasons, the team just completely spiraled and went into this just like horrible skid after skid and losing. I mean, just from the past 3 years alone, right? From injuries to ticket sales to fans being just irate and, the paper bags back on the head. And, I could go on and on. Rangers fans invading our building. I mean, I was surprised that a Flyers jersey wasn't thrown on the ice at some point. And, I had a feeling that something like this was going to happen. For BRIERE, for now, I like it. It seems like he's going to be part of obviously the interview process and all of that stuff as well, which makes sense. I think BRIERE would be good for the position. I think he's capable of it. I'm not saying Danny BRIERE is an idiot. That's not my thing. I just think it's the other argument to it is that you're putting a new GM, a guy who's never done it before, into something that's going to be very hard to get out of. The next GM that comes in here is going to have a hard time because you have a really tight cap space. You have players you don't know who are going to be here or not. You have guys that, they're injured. You don't know if they're going to be 100% again in their careers or not. I mean, you have a really hard decisions to make with this entire team. And obviously it all goes into the summer as well, right? Depending on where the Flyers pick in the draft and all of that stuff. You don't have any second-round picks for the next 2 seasons. There's a bunch of different things. Obviously, that the next general manager that's going to come in, obviously, it could still be Danny BRIERE. But if it were to change, it's going to be completely different. So I think, obviously this is huge. It's a good thing, and it's not, because for the Flyers, it's like you're starting over, but it had to happen because, again, we needed change and we needed something. I mean, I don't think I could have watched any more seasons of this, where essentially by game like 55, 50-ish, the Flyers are, their math is absolutely horrible to get into the playoffs to squeak in, and they just like, it's just the same things and everything that was kind of pushing me to keep going. I know so many people drawed out and stopped watching, and so many people got rid of their season tickets, and over and over and over again, And I think for me, what was different was trying to focus on the content side of it and doing these videos and things like that and talking to you right now and all of that stuff. So, for me, it was different, and I tried to think of it a little differently. But obviously, not everybody is like that. And I think for what the Flyers are right now and the product that is on the ice, there needs to be change. I mean, Tortorella is basically saying every single game, we need more players to score more goals, and basically that this team isn't going to make as many plays as you think and as you want. I keep banging my watch up against the desk, but even still, if the coach is saying that over and over and over again, you had to expect something was going to change, because you can't keep rolling out the same roster that, without one specific player is only scoring like under 2 goals a game, and that would be Travis Konecny. I talked about that in the game recap last night. All of that stuff. There's so many different things that can kind of coincide with this, and I think for right now with this team, it certainly, for fans, it gives an answer. It gives something to hope for. It gives, there's going to be a process to this. I do like the decision of having a president of hockey operations separate from being the general manager. If they were to change, obviously they're going to be changing that, because I think that obviously kind of intertwined with a lot of what Chuck did at the same time too. So we'll see. I mean, I think for the Flyers right now, obviously it's going to be a pretty lengthy process. I don't think this is the first thing that's going to happen. This was obviously the main thing that had to happen. But I do think for sure that something else is going to be coming. I think there's going to be more to this. So we'll see. BRIERE steps in as interim GM. Chuck Fletcher is out as Flyers GM. Let me know everybody's thoughts below. Remember, thanks everybody so much for all the support. Again, I didn't think I was going to be making any videos today, but here we are. I'm still in Raleigh, for those who are wondering. Thanks everybody so much for all the support. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and I will talk to you all again soon.